Welcome everyone. My name is Hemu. I am from Sianets, and today's we are going to discuss how to create a NIC card in your VMware workstation. Because if you want to perform a different type of labs, or you need like inside interface, outside interface, DMZ interface, like server interface, HA1 interface, HA2 interface, what you need to do, you have to basically build, you have to create some NIC cards. How we can do that? So guys, what I will do, I will basically create couple of NIC cards. And how you can do that, first let me just create these NIC cards, and after that I will explain you guys. Okay, after that I am going to explain you. So what I will do, I'll just open my VMware workstation. I'll go into this edit virtual network editor. Here you, by default, you can able to see sometimes, by default sometimes you can able to see 0 NIC card, like you can only able to see VM0. Sometime you will see VM1, sometime you will see VM3, means sometime all three are available, sometime maybe only one available, or sometime maybe two available. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about it, because what I'm going to do, I'll just go here, and this VMnet 0, let me just remove all of them. Let's suppose you have blank. Now let me just add my first adapter, which is VMnet 0. And what I want, guys, I want this VMnet 0, it will just get a virtual connection with my NIC card, because you know on my laptop, if I'll type here ncpa.cpl, to get the internet, I'm using my Ethernet adapter. I'm using the LAN cable. I'm using the LAN cable for that. Maybe in your case, you are using this Wi-Fi adapter, right? So what you need to do, I have to basically bind. I need to create one virtual connection. From here, I will bind this. I'll do the bridging. What I will do, I'll do the bridging of this particular VMnet 0, which with my Ethernet adapter. If you are using Wi-Fi, then you have to select Wi-Fi. In my case, I'm using Ethernet, so I will just select Ethernet adapter. What I did, I have just created a connection. One virtual connection means you can think like this. I have this VMnet 0. This is the NIC card I'm having. I have another NIC card here, which is my Ethernet NIC card, right? And this NIC card has a direct cable connectivity using RJ45 cable we are using. It has a connectivity with my home router or my Wi-Fi router. So what I did, I have created one virtual connection. And bridge means what generally this bridge used to do? Bridge connects two points together, right? I did the same thing. Bridge is like a switch. In old days, we have a bridge device, and the updated version of this bridge is the route. It is your switches. What it will do means it just got connected with this particular home Wi-Fi or home router. This is my home router. This is my home router from where I'm getting the internet. It has a direct cable connection with this Ethernet adapter, and I have just created the virtual connection. Means now this and this, all you like these, this one and this one, you can think like a similar one. If you will connect any of your machine, if you will put any of your machine as a bridge, which means we just connected our machine with this router virtually. And what you need to do, because my router, it is providing the IP address in this range 192.168.1.0/24. So what I will do, if whatever VM I will put in this VMnet 0, what I can able to configure the same subnet IP address, and after that, that machine will get the internet connection automatically. Even though if you will select the DSCP option, your home router, it will provide the IP address via DSCP as well to that machine. So this is what I did with this bridge option. I'll add one more, and let me add VMnet 8 first. I added this VMnet 8, and guys, I always configure this VMnet 8 as a net adapter. What I will configure this as a net adapter. I'll click on net setting. Or before that, changing this net setting, what I want to do, I will basically go into the subnet IP range, and I will configure 192.168.137.0 subnet here. Now I'll go into this net setting, and I will just change here 137, 192.160.137.0. Click on OK. You can go here into this use local DHCP service to distribute IP address to VMs. Means what I'm doing, this particular NIC, this particular VMnet 8 can now also act as a DHCP server. Means my VMware Workstation adapter number 8, which is VMnet 8, can also act as a DHCP server. It just become a local DHCP servers, and if you will connect any of this machine, let's say you have installed one VM, and let's say this VM you have basically connected with net adapter. Net means VMnet 8, right? Because you can see type is net, which means VMnet 8. That time, that machine, if you will enable DHCP, this machine will get the IP address from DHCP, and we will see this thing practically, don't worry. So what this option you have to select, and this option also you have to select. Connect a host virtual adapter to this network. Go into DHCP settings, and here what I want whenever anyone log in, or when we will connect any of the machine, what I want 192.160.137.10, then 137.2.40. What I want if any of the person who is connecting, or let me just go in this way, 100 to 150, means whenever anyone who will connect his machines, what he will get, the very first IP address from DHCP is 100. The next host will get 100.01. Means these are the DHCP pool which I have created. Default lease time, this is the lease time, and what I want a default lease time which is 1 day. You can define the lease time another thing, but I'll go with 1 day. Click on no. Default lease time is the greater maximum lease time. So let me just go with 0. Okay, I don't want to change it. 30 minutes is fine. Click on OK. This is the one thing which you need to, these are the first two adapter you have to create. VMnet 0 and you have to configure as bridge. VMnet 8 you have to configure as net. Now let me go here and I will create VMnet 1. VMnet 2. VMnet 3. VMnet 4. VMnet 5. VMnet 6. VMnet 7. I have created now 1 till 7. These are the some additional adapter, and all these adapter VMnet 1 till 7 we have to go with the host only condition. We have to configure them as a host only. We have to select this option and we have to select this option. These check marks should be enabled for all these adapters. Now for VMnet 1, what I will do, I'll go here and I'll just configure 10.1.1.0. Any machine which I will put on VMnet 1, I will configure the IP address from this range 10.1.1.0. And guys, what I used to do, this VMnet 8 adapter I'll use as an inside adapter. For DSCP setting also you need to modify 10.1.1.10 till 10.1.1.254. I have put here the extra one. Click on OK. Now we will go with VMnet 2, and VMnet 2 we will configure like 10.2.2.0, and this is also like a host only. In DSCP you can go here and you can change this value 10.2.2.10, 10.2.2.254. Click on OK. Now you can go into this VMnet 3, and I will use here 10.3.3.0. In DSCP I will use 10.3.3.10 till 10.3.3.254. Now you can go here, click on OK. Now VMnet 4, you can go here and you can configure 10.4.4.0, 255.258.255.0, and you can change these values as well. 10.4.4.10 till 10.4.4.254. So guys, this VMnet 1 I'll always use as an inside. VMnet 2 I used to use as a DMZ. VMnet 3 I will use as a server zone. VMnet 4 I can use as a like a guest zone or guest interface. Now this VMnet 5, 6, 7, I can basically use them as a high availability interfaces, HA interfaces, okay? And I will use the subnet here like 10.5.5.0, 10.6.6.0, and here I will use 10.7.7.0, right? I'm not modifying this DSCP settings because why I'm not doing that, because when I will basically click on apply, it will automatically modify these things in a backend according to this subnet. Okay, let basically this is how you have to create these NIC cards. Now you can click on apply. Now you can see this is going on and you will start seeing the network adapter start creating here. See, VMnet 2, all these adapters, they are just created now. VMnet 4 is created, 1 is created, right? 5 is created. All these adapters will create here. So that's how we have to create the different type of NIC cards, guys. Now you can see as I have applied, if you will see DSCP setting has been changed automatically. If you don't want to do that manually, you can basically use, they will automatically change. Now I'll go here. I want to search for a sniffer, and let me just, I want this software more frequently, so I will use to basically take the screenshot of all of them. Let me just take now. Click on OK. And you can see, guys, this is my Ethernet adapter. I'm getting IP address from this 192.160.125. Now Let me copy. Let me go here and let me just put this particular device here. Now guys, what I will do, this is my adapters. Okay, so what I will do when I will install any of the VM, let me just show you something. Let's suppose I have decided to create a lab. Okay, where what I will do, I have basically, let's suppose I have installed this Palo Alto firewall. Now this Palo Alto firewall have couple of interfaces, like it has a management interface, M0 by 0. It has a one more interface like Ethernet 1 by 1. Then it has a Ethernet 1 by 2. Then it has a Ethernet 1 by 3. It has Ethernet 1 by 4. Multiple interfaces are there, but I will just denote these four. So what I want now in this setup, let's suppose I want to connect this Palo Alto firewall interface, this management interface. What I will do, I will connect their VMnet 8 adapter. So what I will do, I'll just change the type of the interface as a net, and I'll show you this thing practically. And on this, because when I will change the type is net, now in this interface, this Palo Alto management interface, I have to configure the IP address from this range 192.168.137.0/24. I have to configure the IP address from this range. I have VMnet 0, and let's suppose, because you know this VMnet 0 has a connectivity with my home Wi-Fi via Ethernet NIC card, right? A home Wi-Fi router. So what I will do, let's suppose this Ethernet 1 by 1 interface you want to connect with this internet. So what you have to do, you have to basically change the type of this Ethernet 1 by 1 interface as bridged. Bridged means we have connected our interface with the home Wi-Fi virtually. And now in this interface, what we have to configure IP address into this range 192.168.1.0/24. And I will always configure 255 at the end for firewall, like 192.168.1.255, 250 IP address. Because my home Wi-Fi providing the IP address into this range. Let's suppose your home Wi-Fi providing the IP address into this range 192.168.1. like 29.0/24 series. That time you have to configure the IP range in this series. If your Wi-Fi providing IP address into this range, then you have to configure the IP address from this range basically. Okay, so these things you need to remember. Now I have another interface like VMnet 1, and this is, let's say this interface I want as an inside interface. So I will basically change this interface as a like a second interface of that VM, sorry, third interface of that VM as VMnet 1, and I'll configure the IP address from this range 10.1.1. series 10.1.1.250. Same with Ethernet 3. I will use this VMnet 2. This is my DMZ. So here I will use 10.2.2.250/24. So this is how we have to configure the IP and other things. And we will see these bindings again, guys. Don't worry. Now, if you will see here, my adapter is created. I have this VMnet 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. 0 you will not able to see because 0 is connected with this adapter. You can see VMnet 1 having IP address 10.1.1.1. VMnet 2 IP address you can see 10.2.2.1. This is your VMnet 3 adapter 10.3.3.1. Then we have a VMnet 4 adapter 10.4.4.1. Then we have a VMnet 5 adapter 10.5.5.1. And why I'm getting this IP address, because I have enabled the DSCP. So guys, this IP like 10.6.6.1, we will not use any of the VMs because this IP address is available on this adapter. Now VMnet 7, 10.7.7.1, then we have VMnet 8. And here you can able to see 192.168, 137.1. Now remember one thing, I'll go into this properties, not here. Let me just do that. I'll go into my Ethernet adapter. Now guys, what I want to do one more thing. Because generally this VMnet 8 adapter I have configured as a net. And why I have configured as a net? Because I will use this adapter as a management adapter. I will use this adapter as a management network, and my management network also wants to reach till the internet. So what I will do, I will go into my Ethernet adapter from where I'm getting the internet. I'll go into this sharing, and I will basically allow this VMnet 8, and I'll just share this with my VMnet 8 adapter. Means what I can do, my VMnet 8 adapter can perform the net, and it will basically reach out to the internet using this Ethernet NIC card. Click on yes. Click on yes. What I did, let me just show you what is the concept of net. Let's suppose I have this VM. This VM has a part of VMnet 8, and this VM has IP address which is 192.168.137.10/24. And what I did, I have just created, I have shared this VM. I have basically shared the internet of Ethernet adapter, this VMnet 8. So we have this Ethernet adapter. This is your Ethernet NIC card. Means I have made the virtual connection here. And this NIC card have IP address, let's suppose 192.168.1.25/24. And it has a further connectivity with my home router. And after that, this home router it has a further connectivity with the internet service provider. And this internet service provider has the connectivity with the other part of the internet. Now if this machine wants to go, let's suppose this machine try to access this particular web server over the internet, and that web server, let's suppose, having IP address 151.7.100. I am taking the hypothetical IP. So what it will do, when it will create a packet, it will use this 192.168.137.10 as a source IP address, and your destination IP address is 151.7.100. Now when this packet reach till this Ethernet adapter, now this Ethernet adapter, what it will do, because of this technology called net, this VMnet 8 and Ethernet adapter, what they will do the netting. They will basically change this IP address with this IP address 192.168.1.25 and your 151.7.100. Means they will perform the source net here. This IP address will be changed into this one. That's how the traffic flow for your net adapter or for your VMnet 8 adapter when we are reaching or when we are sending the traffic towards the internet. Just remember what this thing you need to remember, guys. That's how the communication will be there. And the main benefit, we will be having this machine behind this or connected with this VMnet 8, because this is a net gateway type of device, a net gateway type of adapter. Like if anyone from outside, they will try to start communication with this machine, this is not possible because they cannot able to reach this machine from outside. But this machine can able to go till here. When connection is stable, is after that they can able to communicate easily. But if there is a one PC here over the internet. If this PC wants to establish the communication with this machine, it is not possible because this machine is behind the net device and this net is doing the source net here. So that's how the traffic flow, guys. So guys, this is the way, or this is how we will create the NIC card in your VMware workstation. That's how we will create the NIC card in your VMware workstation. Let me show you one more time. Edit virtual network editors or virtual network editors, and from here you can able to see all your NIC cards, whatever we have created. If you want to modify anything, you can do that modification as well. So by this thing, guys, we have completed the second lecture as well, like VMware NIC card setup. Thank you everyone, guys, and please subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos. Take care. Bye.